Major funding for this Read 180 workshop is provided by the National Science Foundation, America's investment in the future.
Intel Corporation is a proud supporter of PBS. The Intel Innovation in Education Initiative provides teachers with the resources to inspire their students and encourage them to unlock their potential.
At Jif Peanut Butter, we know just how choosy you are when it comes to your family, including the shows you value most. Public television encourages kids' curiosity and love of learning, and Jif is proud to support Cyberchase on behalf of all choosy moms and dads.
And by a ready-to-learn television cooperative agreement from the U.S. Department of Education through the Public Broadcasting Service.
And by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting. This program was also made possible by contributions to your PBS station from viewers like you. Thank you.
Welcome to Workshop 6, Good Sports. Some champions are superstars, like boxer Muhammad Ali, runner Kathy Freeman, and biker Lance Armstrong. But others make the record books with unusual achievements, like cold water swimmer Lynn Cox, pilot Gus McLeod, and weightlifter Stephen Ward. You might find what they do strange or totally weird, but becoming a champion almost always takes skill, practice, and determination. We'll be reading a short story about a girl who was a total failure at sports until she discovered marbles, a game she could win. We'll also read a poem about a boy who dreams of reaching new heights on the basketball court. And we'll watch a video story about a kind of good sport who eats his way to the top, one bite at a time. Yep, really. Reading 1, The Marble Champ. The game of marbles has been around for thousands of years. It goes something like this. Just aim and shoot a marble with your thumb and try to knock your opponent's marbles out of a circle. The first player to knock out all the other players' marbles is the winner. Some people play just for fun, but for others, it's serious competition. There has been a national marbles tournament in the U.S. since 1922. This short story is about a girl who dreams of winning big at marbles. She spends hours practicing. When the tournament comes, will she be ready? The Marble Champ was written by Gary Soto, a Mexican-American who grew up in Fresno, California.
When I've written fiction and poems, I often will take memory from childhood or memory from my young adult years.
In fact, he's written 43 books, most based on the kids he grew up with. He wasn't a particularly good student until he discovered reading. And for Gary, reading led to writing. He wasn't a marble champion like the girl in this story you're about to read, but to many readers, he's a writing champion. Reading 2, Stretch. Gordon Corman grew up in Quebec, Canada. He wrote his first book when he was only 12 and got it published 2 years later. Today, he's written over 40 books for children and they sell in the millions, probably because they are so funny and such a great combination of real life and Corman's vivid imagination. The poem Stretch comes from a book he wrote with his mother Bernice, The Last Place Sports Poems of Jeremy Bloom, a collection of poems about winning, losing, and being a good sport, sometimes. This poem is about a young basketball player who doesn't quite measure up.
Stretch by Gordon Corman and Bernice Corman. Basketball is everything. It's always been my dream to deke and sky and dunk and fly and play for my school team. But there's an awful problem no one can seem to fix. The team height starts at 6'4", and I'm 4'6". I'm sure to grow, the coach says. I'll shoot right up and then I'll deke and sky and dunk and fly. The question here is, when? It might take till I'm 30, but that's what I greatly fear, for I'll no longer be in school. Miss Mott says I'll be here. I've got to do some growing. Is there a stretching pill? I won't be here at 30. Miss Mott says yes, I will. I shall not be discouraged. and I'll never shut the door. Someday when I sit on the bench, my feet will reach the floor. I'll make it to the court, then to play for my school team, I'll deke and sky and dunk and fly. It's always been my dream.
Skill, practice, and determination. These qualities apply to champions no matter if they are boxers, marble champs, or champion eaters. Yup, competitive eating dates back to the Stone Age and is as old as such sports as running, jumping, and throwing. If you find this story hard to swallow, chew on it a while. You may be able to digest it. That's a mouthful. Some people might call sitting down to a 10-course meal a recipe for a stomachache, but to competitive eater Crazy Legs Conti, it's called training. Ever since he was a kid watching the legends of big eaters, he's had but one dream: to break their records. Now he's got his chance, the World Oyster Eating Championship in New Orleans. In this winner-eats-all contest, the person who slurps the most oysters in 10 minutes becomes champion. To prepare for this bout, Crazy Legs makes sure he stays in good shape by jogging and working out. He also studies his opponents.
Bite, swallow, bite, swallow. I can watch this all day.
And he practices. He wants to see how fast he can eat 120 oysters. His friends come over to encourage him.
Minutes, 52 seconds. That was good. That was a good trial run.
Yeah, don't try this at home. The time has come to head for the big eating contest.
I'm going down to New Orleans to win. I'll be the Oyster King, and that'll put me on the map.
Oh, I'm ready, man. I'm ready. I'm hungry.
This, ladies and gentlemen, this is the World Oyster Eating Championship.
I'm not as hungry as I'd like to be, but I just stretched out. I had two important belches that I think could be the difference.
Crazy Legs gets off to a slow start, but after sucking up a couple dozen oysters, his energy picks up. He wins the championship with a record 14 dozen oysters in 10 minutes.
I feel great.
You feel great?
I feel great.
As great as any champ, be it marbles, hoops, or competitive eating.